remember crouching down to read the words, embossed into the metal, that too few people stop to read. They were the words of a poem, kept inside Eleanor Roosevelt's wallet during World War II, reading, "Dear Lord, lest I continue my complacent way, help me to remember, somehow out there, a man died for me today. As long as there be war, I then must ask and answer, am I worth dying for?" My heart swelled with pride, standing up and looking at the docked ships of Pearl Harbor. The ground I stood on was historical, bigger than the stories, because it wasn't just a story. It is a shard of what America stands for and what she will become. On December 7th, 1941, the United States fell momentarily silent to fully comprehend the full gravity of what had just happened to brothers, sisters, parents, and friends in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. The hush was quickly followed by a passionate cry of pride, felt and heard by every American soul whose ears were attuned to freedom's ring. My vision for America is this: to achieve the fervor and intensity of honor impressed upon the American people in 1941 without the need of the rocket's red glare to envelop our country first. Mrs. Roosevelt was one to keep the mindset of a patriot, and I found myself likening the poem to myself. Am I worth dying for? Do I say the Pledge of Allegiance out loud at school when it seems the voices of my peers have fallen mute? Do I thank a service member in uniform for the innumerous sacrifices that they have made, knowing that I will never fully comprehend their dedication? Do I look for ways to instill a sense of pride in those around me, of the land of the free, the home of the brave? As a patriot, the answers should be three resounding yeses. The Purple Mountain Majesties still stand strong, and the amber waves of grain still sweep in the same pattern as the red, white, and blue, but only through the eyes of those willing to have a vision for America of what she can truly become. The vision, however, cannot simply be a country of ultimate political correctness and unwillingness to offend a single person. This is what drives decisions in circles and throws progression into a loop. The incredible country that we live in was not structured on a shy, timid letter. 239 years ago, a group of men dug up the rich soil that would support their posterity's crops and laid a foundation of defiance in the form of the Declaration of Independence. It is high time that the people of America took a step forward and reinstalled the sense of purpose and togetherness that we have shown we are capable of time and time again. It is time to return to the emotions felt during the 1980 Winter Olympics, when hundreds of American families sat around their television sets to watch their country win the gold medal over the seemingly unbeatable Soviet Union. It is time to return to the fellowship felt with complete strangers after hearts stopped across the nation when the Twin Towers came crashing down. It is our responsibility to advance the legacy set forth by our forefathers. Because if we cannot carry forward the sense of self-respect for the land of opportunity, how will our children have the ambition to become something great? This country is not perfect, and as we have progressed, we have realized this. But as we remember great words that helped shape our country, we also recognize that they apply today. United we stand, divided we fall, we preach, but just under 77 years ago, we could not stand united to avoid a Great Depression. The lack of sister and brotherhood kept us in a pit, clambering on top of one another to get out, when all it would have taken was a sense of unity and alliance to help one another. When the people of a country with a reputation like the one we live in synergize, beautiful things happen, and they will continue to happen, as long as we stand behind Lady Liberty, Uncle Sam, and Mother Freedom as they protect our unalienable rights that have been paid for with countless lives. So does that star-spangled banner yet wave? In a very possible and attainable vision, yes it does. It is reflected in the eyes of the youth and elderly alike, never forgotten and constantly in view. Because when we pledge allegiance to the flag, we are pledging allegiance to the promise of a future for our seed, planted in the heart of America and grafted onto a tree with centuries of history that should instill a dignity found from no other source. And the fact that our red, white, and blue still flies freely allows us to lay our heads down with the guaranteed knowledge that our American rights will last for centuries to come. Our country's future lies in our united hands, and it is our conscious decision to either let it slip through our fingers or grasp this vision with everything we've got.